Boom. Oh, halo. Kita balik lagi di Disco Elysium. Sama gua terus
Good going, buddy.
ya kemarin gua habis tidur ya. Kayaknya gua nggak bisa bayar ini deh. Seinget-inget gua nggak bakal bisa bayar hotel, motel, apapun tempat penginapan ini. Good going, buddy. Oh my god, what the hell was that? What? Oh ya, yang gantung. I just had the most beautiful everything. Is that how it's going? Close my.
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What
You
chick?
don't know? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
Wow, what the hell's going with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Okay, why is this
It's
happening?
just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
Aku lupa Foliation tuh di yang bagus ya ini. Dia lebih ke anu ya, urge you to be good guy. Yes, good guy. What is speed?
Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That
Nah,
was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it.
nggak,
It's
gua nggak,
that simple.
gua nggak mau. Gua mau bangun, mau tidak mau speed
Are
speed
you
speed.
sure?
Yes.
Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Okay.
The fan is spinning.
Pull on the
The
light bulb.
lights are on.
Leave. Oh, ibunya ada apa ini? Gua masih penasaran sama pintu ini. Gue juga belum ngaca. Kayak gue nggak cari ini deh, kemarin belum ngaca-ngaca. Nah, ngaca.
A mirror hangs on the wall, covered in steam. You cannot see yourself, just the outlines of a man. You have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really nothing.
Really, or recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Wipe the
As you
mirror.
slowly
Yeah.
abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there,
Notification from
and you will
university.
never unbecome it.
Sorry. Don't care. I hurt myself. It's what I do.
Behold,
Ih.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of late stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh, wait. Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I have no idea why it's there. It just
Please
is.
stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, keep
You
making
can't,
faces.
can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
It's initially that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off to in a set has been kind of way. There's some charm to it. It's an expression of pain. Yeah.
You are correct.
Apa ini Encyclopedia dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. Nah, I tool in hand. Use your chain cutter to fix the faucet. Oh, let the mirror be now for now. Oh, chain cutter. Ini chain cutter. Oh, tunggu. Nah, ini gua hilangkan dulu nih. Nah, sekarang
A mirror
mirrornya.
hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your
Let
face.
it be for now. Ah, faucetnya gak bisa diperbaikin. Pengen gue perbaikin, tapi nggak bisa. Ya udah, gua pakai anu dulu. Gua bawa barang ini dulu, terus pakai senter ah. Kita keluar. Oh iya, gua mesti lihat misi dulu. Seingat gua masih pawn shop, things to do I don't know. Oh, to do list. Ini catatan gue ini. Day 2 interview union, Stark Wild Pine Rap itu nggak tahu di mana. Oke, sekarang gue anu dulu. Gue turun. What the? Oh. Bentar, aku pengen ke toilet dulu. Kita pause dulu. Ya, halo, balik lagi. Apa gua ngomong dulu sama orang ini. Cipakim. Morning.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Why do we need to take them?
Everything points to the dock workers union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information.
Okay.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Terus rowdy maksudnya gimana?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Are these the men Garte told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Oh.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
There are so many of them, maybe.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Okay.
In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Okay, that's all.
One more thing before we do.
What?
We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Okay, my choice is to. Oh, hello, ma'am.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
Okay.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The Qatar manager appeared genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
She turned back to you
I'm glad
with
to see you again, dear.
hello. Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie.
Okay.
I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Okay.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Another test.
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Okay, ma'am. Aku lagi baru nyatet doang. Ask Garte about phone line. Okay. To let the young woman who is house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Moral, my husband, and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they are still missing and I haven't heard from them. Oh,
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
she looks down.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot.
I love Missy People case. Another job kalau gue milih nih. Haha.
That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark alleys. Start shaking down the usual suspects. You know, legwork.
Okay.
Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Okay.
But you have more important things to worry about.
What is expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Okay.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
You know.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
Okay.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him
Okay.
with my husband's life any day.
Oh, the water.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably just some technical, but I really don't know.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
Okay.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I
Yeah.
hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Of course, ma'am. Itu saja.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so
Accept
tangled up in his
test.
work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you are here when or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
Cryptozoologist. Things I don't know what would mean. Things I can explain later. Oke, catatan tuh loh, itu pokoknya kayak saintis ini yang ku tahu sih, saintis soal-soal insek gitu, serangga.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Oh bukan, salah, aku salah. Oke.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
Yep.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
Fictitious itu kayak tidak nyata ya. Fictitious. Gue lupa.
Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Oh ya, tell me more about Morel. Ya nanti aku bilang ini 72% naik tinggi kok.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild even.
Lu tahu nggak? Gue risih tahu. Biasanya kan gue cuma ngeliat bayangan doang ya. Sekarang gue ngeliat picture yang sebelah kiri pojok ini, yang karakterku ini risih, nggak tahu kenapa.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
Oh, gue perlu ini, kayak gue takutnya nanti pas pertanyaannya Lena cryptozoologist wife, soalnya nanti takutnya pasti tanya ama husbandnya dia ini, sama suaminya dia ini, tahu dari mana lo gitu kan. siapa yang mana nih gitu kan, kapan nanti gue bisa jelasin, oh gue tahu lu sudah nikah berapa belas tahun gitu, informasi mungkin perlu. Nikah 16 tahun, anniversary this autumn. Oke. How did you do
By
it?
a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say.
What?
I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident. And he'd just divorced.
Ketemu dari dating agensi. Saat Lena pick over dari apa itu? Accident. Kecelakaannya. Oke. Oke. Dan husband just got divorce.
We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
Okay, ma'am. Anything else?
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Yeah.
I hope I've been useful.
Okay. Tell me more about the rare insect your husband looking for.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Do I? Ini mix sinyal. Maksudnya Lieutenant si Kim ini sideways glance ke gua ini kayak udah dengerin aja apa nggak usah dengerin, bingung gua. Mungkin gua perlu. Okay.
Well, it's a phasmid technically, but
Pasmid apa? Oh, nggak paham pasmid. Oke, lanjutkan.
Yes, Phasmatodia, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
Kayak stick bug.
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Oke, ini gua bikin catatan ya. Poin-poin doang. Phasmid. Reeds. Not stick or leaf. Insulindian coast on coast. Anything else?
Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us,
name.
officers.
Insulindian phasmid. Okay.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
Shut up.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you.
There's a hint of defensiveness to her retort, but also confidence. She seems to sit up a little straighter in her chair.
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the plasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect
Okay.
that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insul Indian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Okay.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insul Indian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
So is it in the list?
Not at all.
Okay.
Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
I don't know. I'm not some kind of zoologist. I don't know, insect, animal, and whatever. Yang gue nggak paham. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Stick back then.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
Okay.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Of course. Okay. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Elena, I'd like to hear about some of cryptids you have studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
Oh,
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
okay, Kim. Just one little cryptid. Promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture.
Okay.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Ooh. Is that a cryptid on this pen you gave me? Take out the pen.
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half
What?
four-story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo.
What?
Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Wow, with its saliva. Kok kayak sarkistik banget ya? Sarkistik banget ya. And there was some kind of... Oh, oke. Kalau misalnya cryptid yang kayak gini-gini, gua rada-rada anu ya, apa namanya? Kayak apa sih gitu ya? Tapi oke lah, gue lanjutkan aja. Tadi gue mikir ya, yang cryptid zoologis gini, dia orang-orang yang mungkin yang nemuin spesimen-spesimen yang tidak tercatat gitu kan ya, dalam hal karena mereka berpikir soal cryptid makhluk-makhluk ajaib gitu tuh. Terus dia akhirnya malah menemukan sesuatu yang beneran ada tapi belum tercatat, kayak nemu spesimen baru. Ternyata yang tidak yang seperti kubayangkan, ini lebih tidak masuk akal. Mereka memikirkan makhluk-makhluk aneh. Ya, sekarang gua baru inget cryptid itu kayak yang SCP gitu tuh. Makhluk-makhluk yang game-game horor biasanya ada di cryptid gitu. Baru cryptid gitu. Ternyata yang seperti itu. Soalnya insect bug tadi tuh kayak masuk akal karena serangga-serangga itu emang bentuknya aneh-aneh, tidak masuk akal bentuk-bentuknya. Terus juga banyak yang kita tidak pahami. Di laut juga kayak udang kan serangga masuknya, keluarga serangga itu. Kayak kecoa tuh serangganya apa namanya? Keluarga sama udang. Udang tuh serangga. Cuman kita makan serangga dari laut. Kita nggak makan serangga dari daratan. Aneh. Nggak tahu kenapa alasannya. Gue pernah gue cari-cari tahu soal kenapa kita cuma makan serangga dari laut kayak udang-udang gitu, terus orthopods apa gitulah namanya, lupa gua itu. Terus kita cuma makan ya, tapi kita tidak makan serangga dari darat kalau nggak salah, karena serangga di laut itu mereka punya cangkang yang lebih lebih lunak ya. Dan kayak kepiting kan masuk, kalau nggak salah masuk sama keluarga kayak serangga-serangga gitu kalau nggak salah. Gua nggak tahu, mungkin lobster. Itu mereka dagingnya lebih banyak, dan kita tidak makan cangkangnya. Kalau misalnya kita makan kayak kayak apa namanya, belalang goreng, laron gitu-gitu kan, kita makan seluruh badannya, nggak kayak makan udang kita kupasin gitu. Terus kalau nggak kayak makan lobster apa kepiting, kita ambilin dagingnya karena cukup banyak, karena besar, tidak seperti yang di darat. Dan itu kayak salah satu apa namanya, karena dia di laut, mereka bisa tumbuh lebih besar atau bagaimana gua nggak tahu. Tapi kayaknya serangga-serangga yang di laut tuh, gua lupa apa nama ilmiahnya, nama anunya, bukan serangga sih, bukan insek, tapi ada namanya, yang nama keluarga sama family-nya itu, family name-nya dari gue lupa. Itu dia lebih besar, dan kita bisa ngupas-ngupasin, kita jadi makan dagingnya. uh Terus kalau kita makan kecoa pun katanya rasanya sama aja kayak kita makan daging kepiting atau semacamnya. Gua nggak tahu, belum nyoba. Wow, with its saliva.
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
And there's something about an undiscovered subspecies.
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus.
Oh ya, jenis-jenisnya itu. Apa family taxonomicnya ada yang ngomongin soal serangga di laut sama serangga darat.
Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
I'm pretty certain we just same species.
The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, karena racism gitu ya.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today?
This has been educational. So we need to discuss something else. Conclude.
Of course, dear.
About your pin.
I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket.
Nggak pengen jual ya, simpen dulu deh.
Of course, dear. I just wish I could have done more.
Yeah. That's all for now, ma'am. Hello?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those.
To the phone line,
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
Is it true that there's some foul
Who
play?
told you that?
I will never disclose my source. That will be dishonorable. It doesn't matter. I just want to you who you said.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers.
Mm-hmm.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill.
Okay. I saw a sign that I will go into the kitchen.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
I have a search warrant. But there's maybe... Aku nggak tahu gue punya search warrant apa enggak. But there's maybe something patient to investigate in the
He
kitchen.
wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Okay,
Yes?
not now. Oh. Oh. Hello, snoop around. What is this? Tomato slice. Oh no 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 no. I'm gonna to move right past them. Apa ini? No, gua gak mau. Oke, gua angkat telepon dulu soal gua. Siapa
Inside, you see a set of steering
Yes,
levers,
yes, I
a
know.
radio microphone.
Pick up radio
This
again.
is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Please connect me to Sylvie again.
Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line. Yes. Hello?
As if,
Great.
I think I got this.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Have you heard back from the ICP boss serial number?
The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la clé in 42.
Okay.
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in
What?
the Semenine conflict.
It was part of a special order to for corps the pharmacy, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Orange pharmaceutical blah, 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 companies in the Seminole conflict.
So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Do you know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinel, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Huh?
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person who is in was it.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could
Yeah.
try to talk them into it, though.
Ya, itu karena privacy policy pasti. Yes, go ahead.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. We will preside your effort in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Okay, thank you. I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater
Release.
gauge.
Yang talk to, interview dengan Garte. Oh, things I don't know, bukan. Oh, nggak aku catat. Kupikir aku catat, pengen ku catat catatan. Leave. Anyway, sekarang gua ada misi tesnya apa? Sekarang Tuesday ya. Itu ini ada apa di pojok kiri atas ini? Oh, ini menu. Aku tahu. Halo, baru lihat gua lu. T-sheets ain't nothing to me. Oke. Gua lupa. Gua habis ngambil screenshot. Oh my. Good one.
Yes? Hello?
Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
Okay, working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
Sepertinya lumayan ya berguna ya.
If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Good question. Shouldn't a working class woman be working?
Not all the time. Right now I'm browsing books. Even a working class woman needs something to read.
Good. Phenomenal.
It is.
Yes. I'm a policeman, by the way.
I know you are.
You need help of a policeman?
What with?
This citizen thinks she can do without your assistance. Don't buy it. They all need help.
I'll let you read.
The woman before you nods and returns to her reading.
Apa ini? It takes a willpower to even read author name Jan Kaus from Iguania. Another test. It's my treasure. Need money. Gua perlu uang. Woo! Money. Lot of money. Lah, ini nggak bisa. Lah. Oh. Is there other thing you want to do? Oh ya, gue belum pernah lihat ini. Apa ini? The belly of the boat sign. It's like it was recently painted. Hello kid. What's up? I want to go. Oh wait. There's both things. Want to go inside? Oh. If you notice, the missing pads are plastered on top of each other. What is this? Oh, glasses. Loading. Logic authority kurang. Gua udah punya banyak. Action speed. Electrochemistry ini apa? Aku lupa electrochemistry itu gunanya apa? Whoops. Electrochemistry is an animal within you. Oke. Gua nggak mau itu. Kalau misalnya tadi suggestion atau apa namanya tuh? Wah, gua lupa, tinggal geser doang. Interfacing itu di bawah dekat composure. Master machine, picklocks and pocketry, pickpockets. Pemaling. This box fill away cleaning chemicals, smells like laundry detergent. Oh, old shoes, track, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Those shoes come from different sizes. Knocking. Oh no. Apnea, loud rumbling noise come from within. Knocking. Knocking. Oh no, not knocking. What the hell? The shower curtain are covered in some sort of slimes. Money. Uang. Oke, mana kita ke sini. Untung gua punya anu. Ini apa? Someone has drawn 5-point star on the wall. Oke. Ini
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
cuman
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Oke.
No reply.
Gua coba pakai anu. Tools.
This door has been closed with a padlock.
58.
The chalk-drawn number
Even.
on the board says number 11.
1, 2, 3. Fail.
What are you doing?
Aduh, dude.
You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not working.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
What you are doing? You are trying to cut the padlock. The chain cutter are broken, Kim.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Okay.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, Detective.
Okay. Open. Hello. Ooh, suddenly it did. A flamboyant sweat star. Oh, what is this?
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov. Kraz Mazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmozach in the
The
bedroom?
White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Photo of revolution passing a gun. Book of critical still to the capital such. Okay. Can I close this door? Okay, close it.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side.
Okay.
A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Who is this? The man voice of warrior tenants. This is police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of the heels again, and as the other side walks right up to the door, their tone now getting defensive.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Okay.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason. Rigorous self-critique.
Hmm.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Apa ini? Item. A postcard depict an air market boogie trade 5 years ago. Okay. Hello? Hello? Mailbox opennya. Hello? Oh. Money. Oke, sekarang gua mau ganti lagi, tas lagi. Tapi gua masih pengen anunya. Nah. Hello, ma'am.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to have difficulty breathing. Oh.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
I'm alright, so like a doctor.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Yes.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
I just want to talk to him, do you know?
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Evening, okay.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
You live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
Oh, okay.
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
I have a few questions about the whose apartment.
Ask away, policeman.
Who lives behind the padlock door?
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college.
Astrology.
Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? Gua gak mau bilang kayak, oh, you mean the star and antlers? I think that's the symbol of communism. Nah, nggak mau. Are you sure you don't mean astronomy?
That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head as though to say, let it go. Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's... forget it.
Boleh saya
No
pertintain?
one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But that was someone through their door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure, I will go see what I can find.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Is one of those resident on the is one of those resident on a vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
Okay.
They probably just moved or died, hopefully somewhere else.
That's all
She
things.
mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Okay. What is this? Gravito says a firing squad for the rich. A note for close maintenance. Oh. Slow blow coach and with winter gray. Someone has torn down the wall. What the hell? Money. Woo. What is this? An old. What the hell? Apa ini? Exit, pengen coba ke exit. Bakuan dulu. No.
What do you want to know?
Actually,
Good.
I think. Oh, boxes. Banyak sekali barang-barang dalam kotak-kotak.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened.
Form a guess. What happened?
A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line.
Look at the ruin
Those
water.
arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration. The waves of the Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
Who did
A
this?
fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons
Hey.
still ready to placate Revachol.
Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city?
The coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
He does not like talking politics of this kind.
Okay. Ooh. Boxers. Who are you again?
The streets will flow red once more.
Again, man.
A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
By pier. The girl stared at sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Just answer some question,
Ask
okay?
away, pigman, but I don't promise to answer.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
You keep looking off the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
Ah.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
Hmm.
The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Mm-hmm.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershaw. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
We she.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a
Oh.
professional negotiator, though.
Yes,
I
it's
have the
the one.
feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
Yep.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Okay.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
Are you doing the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion on this. Wanna hear it?
Yeah?
Until the other. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
No, no.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Ah, I see. Dia cuma pengen problem doang ya. Oh, bukan pengen problem doang. Dia nggak mau approval. Dia nggak senang approval. Kayak misalnya, aku kesannya kayak patronizing gitu kayak gue lagi nyapu. Weh, pinter nyapu apa sih? Udah digituin. Masih rasa kayak gitu. Do you know anything about Grissom murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Okay.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
So you won't talk about murder, but maybe you can talk about the victim missing
What
happen.
do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Buddy. Is it armor art out of the body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military grade handwear. Looked cute as hell.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
And there's a little girl wearing glove there.
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you.
Okay.
I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Catch you later,
Watch your
Cindy.
back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Oke, bye-bye. Nah, ini door apa ini? Tempatnya tempat tinggalnya si nenek. I've been sleeping here. Cindy, no, nenek. Oh, salah. Cindy. Cindy kayaknya. Enough cold, last for several winters, smell like chemical. Oh, pants. Kenapa ada celana di dalam situ? Unlocked. Hello, new clothing. Elektro ini semua ya. Box. Nah, box. Money. Above top flap, a win, forgotten hammer and nail and rush. Okay. The door is locked. You can get in. The chairs new, someone live back there. Okay, gue nggak bisa apa-apa. Udah gue exit ke piernya ini. But note bla bla bla. Blue baby coat. Seneng banget kayak gue ngumpul-ngumpulin ini. Suggestion. Kalau misalnya yang punya gue apa ini jaketnya? Sepeda tuh. Gue lupa nih gunanya apa. SP itu. SP. Mana SP ini? Connection to station, understanding culture. The spirit of policing the cop gears is enable you to understand your blue soul sister and brother not only by picking up several signal from your partner but witness flash sights. Ada berapa gue punya? 5, masih banyak kok. Gua ini aja deh. Half light apa? Jadi 4 tuh. Half light. Let the body take control, threaten people. Part of flight response, it enable you to sense way. Ya gue perlu ini nih. Nanti kalau misalnya pas gue mau pas mau di trailernya gue lihat kan ya, nanti nih gue bertarung sama orang di atas Union itu. Your room experience must be bigger than this look. It's worth more than you will ever earn in your life.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Okay.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
Good morning.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group.
You?
Why, yes I am.
Does she have a
The
name?
boat? No. It is called Cor de Leyte 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Mm-hmm.
The word it feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
Okay, what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
Oh, okay. Cool, but your boat really needs a name.
Okay. How about Cor de Leyte 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cor de Leyte, and its hull is 19 paces long.
Oh, but Dolores?
Why Dolores?
I just just like the name for some reason. I don't know, you're pretty.
Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. But thank you for the suggestion. My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Not a lot of people on the boat, are they?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Well, we are on archipelago.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Caillou? I thought we were in Recife.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
I still haven't seen anyone else in a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Ah,
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
oke. Oh, tunggu. Gua pengen cek kayaknya belakang ini dialognya terlalu kecil. Musik volume voice over. Continue. What? What? Hello? Hello? Bug? Hello? 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 I'm still talking to you. What happened here? Ah, my god. Good game. Oke, gua pause dulu ya. Lagi bug, gua pengen ulang load game.
Thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Oke, gua lanjut lagi. Tadi error, nggak tahu apa. Not a lot of people on boats, are
Of
they?
course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Oh, wait.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Caillou? I thought we were in Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the
Revachol.
island of Le Caillou.
I still haven't seen anyone else on board
I
around here.
haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, That motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Okay.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Okay.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Do you have license? Do you have a license for this sport?
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
Okay.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles.
Oh.
Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly Fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Good.
Well, tell me about it. What can you tell? You seem smart. I need to sum my load. This reality we're in.
This reality.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I am concluding a personal investigation into the world I find myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
Major research inquiry into nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder. Actually, it's not why I need you to give me. Oh, damn! Gue bingung. Kalau ini terlihat menarik, tapi gue nggak tahu nanti responnya si Joyce Misher ini kayak apa. Jangan, soalnya aku dari tadi belum mention sama sekali tentang murder case. Terus actually that is not what I need to give yang option 2 ini. Ini karena lebih pemikiranku. Aku pengen tahu soal diri yang dalam keadaan orang karakter gue ini mabok. Terus kalau gue kesannya ini nanti kayak jadinya dia love interest. Tapi
Oh? Then why?
Great option, great choice. I mean, okay.
Yes. Why don't you tell Mrs. Messier what you told me?
I got so drunk, I forgot literally everything.
What?
I went a 3 days bender now. You know, it's when words me a supernatural event took place when you have within my head on alcohol.
Such an acute encephalopathy just doesn't seem possible. Surely you're joking.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Osquay, officer. I'll help however I can.
Okay.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Alright, we are in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first. Okay, begin with the first. Where are
We're
we?
in Martinez, baby.
Maybe. Ooh. What do I choose? And what is Martinez? Or baby? Atau Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's
I'm
a
a
disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a discover masa. I don't know. Am I? And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock.
Okay.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me more about another. Aspect of reality.
I would be happy to. What
Oh,
is a
no.
We're in Martinez. Martinez, you would be
Continue,
excused for
continue.
not knowing about it.
You mentioned.
Unimportant, they say.
Tell me about
Forgotten,
Martinez.
even.
This is.
Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution.
Okay.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager.
Okay.
Not a lot has changed.
Mm-hmm.
There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Okay. Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Insulindic. Nah, gua nggak tahu kalimat apa itu. Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities. Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
What's the name of this island?
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
Okay. On you?
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her and to humanity at large.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's River called?
Revachol?
Revachol.
Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
Oh, okay.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Yeah, we built this city.
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
Why not Reservoir built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we are periphery, basically nobody's.
Speak for yourself, officer. I'm well known in certain parts. As to the place, you're right. We are.
Where the she point across the water where the skyscraper rise.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are INSIACOM, coalition government in Cylindian Mission Command.
Look to see.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
This is part of manipulating. Say nothing, observes a large body of water cold.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly.
Manipulasi tuh.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Bawang to know everything. Bawang boleh sih if I don't do it. You're right, Lennon. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
What is? Even. Please don't fail. Yeah.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Fail. Block lah ya. What are you? This is. What is this? Encephalopathy.
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective. In case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
No, you got a lot riding on me. Won't let you. Got it.
Be my guest.
What time are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
For what?
For the big time.
What's the big
The
time?
revolution.
Now. And what is the revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
When was this kerfuffle?
Turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started it?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Marzolf came along and overthrew the government.
Pandemic of Sarat. What
It
Sarat
made
do?
people overthrow their governments.
Oh, no way. Oh, really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Where did it spread from there?
From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Marzolf's government was overthrown in 08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end. Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
Our lives are different from each other.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What is the zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia.
Okay.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune.
What happened next? What happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Wait, lagi for 43
Time
tahun.
flies.
What have we been doing all that time?
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
After that,
The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
were they? Kotor.
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s
Smuggling.
dispelled it like a cold splash. An Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
Test update.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
You don't seem thrilled.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova, this raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it. No, it's just...
She looked at the crumbling tenements, paint flicking from the stone.
We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right.
Who got shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
Oh,
She's not gloating. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, And the anarchists, too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did communists and the anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Yeah. Truly kerfuffle.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it.
I had a glitch too in my head.
Yes, an acute thiamine deficiency can be exacerbated by alcoholism. Exacerbated means made worse.
Anyone else got shot in the head on the side?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Cowardly king.
I prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the middle
The
right?
liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Oh, invariable gain.
Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
Okay.
They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
Oh.
We. She's one of them. Of course.
If everyone got shot, who was there too?
To foreign intervention. The coalition.
Just a little
Those
bit.
people really took the mineral rights.
Well, you just said.
The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Ah, who are the coalition?
The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-le-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
Ah,
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
moralist.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head.
Okay.
At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
Ooh, am I?
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
Not just technically, practically for a moment there was hope. If always picking the option that doesn't commit anything, then hell yes, I am and also not.
An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
What would you have done differently?
Good question. What would you have done differently?
I ask you, who are you in all of this? I would have a medical solution sound like Traza drug. Those people made. I don't know what I would have done differently. Bingung gua milih kayak gua nanya lo gitu kan, atau dua mungkin gua lebih mikirin tentang Trazard ini yang medical solution sounds like Trazard bikin people bikin orang marah mama gila gitu tuh, atau I will kill more than I don't know what I would done differently. Dia nanya balik, tapi kalau misalnya gua jawab, otoritas gua kelihatan kurang. Tapi
And I asked you, past less detective of the Citizens Militia, what
Fuck off.
insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
No option kalau gitu I don't think I would have would have done differently. I don't know what I would have done differently. Gue pikir yang soal ini.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with a technology 50 years ago?
With privatized healthcare and maybe ini.
Good hygiene. Really. A very moderate solution to an extreme problem. It's those sort of half measures that doomed the authorities in Grad. When they failed to step up, Marzov and his party stepped in. In this particular case, maybe a more robust state response might have been appropriate.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
And what is your official position, Lieutenant?
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Understandable.
Yes, but
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come.
Recording, okay, hampir 2 jam, aku mulai lelah.
Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
I want to know, what are you?
She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor, a devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine.
Cool, liberate pretty hard myself. I don't know say what if file about that.
Haven't you heard? I am a nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. One of those who pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. I can see you thought I'd gone extinct. No sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight.
Ultra
You're a
liberal
centrist
maksudnya.
at heart. A real moralist. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself. Do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
I don't care.
A fitting punishment, to be forgotten, if not forgiven. Save a prayer for us in our chateaus on Ozon and in Stella Maris. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future.
Would you have
This was
done
all
differently?
with due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery.
An appropriate warning to those who cross the line and pull the city into madness once more.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
She realizes her small, cold fists are clenched. She loosens them.
Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
You're a smart woman.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
You're no dummy yourself.
So am I, no. No, or intellectual vanity will be my undoing. So my intellectual vanity will be my undoing. So am I? Atau gua mikir lagi. No, or intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
And the crown on your head as you lay in the casket.
You're a patriot.
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Okay.
Seditious talk, man.
I'll put down his note and give her a look.
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now,
Okay.
shall we return to reality?
What is
A
this?
bird? A Svenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
I'm guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
What's English? I say I'm ruined.
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I mean, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot.
Okay.
Or two.
Was the Rue de Saint Gilles 3A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
We live in them.
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Okay.
Splat, splat.
Wonderful.
Why is that? Why is... She need a skull.
The girl in the old lady rags.
No, I meant something basic about it. Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There
Okay,
is no
now
refuge from the supraculture.
I explained the same thing but to a child.
Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating. All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
And what would that be?
Disco.
I can see that, yes. I dabbled in those dark arts myself, not so long ago. I assure you, it was a thoroughly supracultural phenomenon. All permeating. Downright mandatory.
Okay.
Nothing infra about disco, baby.
Your disco?
Those days are long behind me. And even in the early 30s, I would say I was more of a new girl. Disco was a minor, but still enjoyable facet of the whole thing for me.
The new?
The new. A cultural era. And the name of the decade it ravished, the 30s. It came out of post-revolutionary Revachol. It was ultra-liberal.
Okay.
It involved lots of partying, as you might imagine, and champagne-coloured everything. By the looks of it, that would have been when you came of age. Now.
Sounds fun. I can't remember a single thing.
Wasn't it Guillaume Le Million who said, if you can remember the new, you weren't there?
For some reason, your mind is a veritable repository of Guillaume Le Million lyrics, trivia, and B-sides. But the time to explore this is when you're alone, facing a mirror perhaps. Right now, it would derail the reality lowdown.
Okay, that's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
No, gua capek, gua lelah, gua pengen save. Kalau game save, quick save gak bisa. Tidak bisa, gua masih selesaikan omongan ini, pembicaraan ini. Ya, for now. Thank you.
Of course, detective.
Okay.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
Oh, I could use one like
Sadly,
that.
I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic. Repels. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
Okay. Gua save, quick save. Terus udah quick save, gua save, made the new save. Oke. Makasih udah nonton, gua udah mulai lelah. Kalau senang silahkan like, kalau nggak senang di dislike, jangan lupa komen dan subscribe. Yaudah, bye bye.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted